Let me first talk about myself. I am Sachiu. It's either Sanab Saraibe. It's different from Pandef. And Pandef is different from River State Elders Forum. Pandef did not go to court. Pandef is the umbrella body of all the Niger and Niger Delta states. All the ethnic groups, including Ikwere and Ogoni, they are part of Pandef. And Ikwere sons, Ogoni sons, and other ethnic groups are all having positions in Niger and Pandef. River State Elders Forum is also a different body, made up of elders of River State and the others are not of River State. Saraibe is also a different person altogether. Having said that, myself and some of my colleagues went to court. We strongly believe that the 8-point directives given by President Bola Ahmed Tinubu to SIM are not in the interest of River State at SIM. When we said that, SIM did not understand what we are saying as elders. Today, the whole problems SIM is having today is a manifestation of those agreements. We asked him not to implement those decisions because it will affect him and affect the state. Today, those agreements he implemented by withdrawing his case from the court has given room for a Wike to take his superman, but it's not the superman. In the game of mafia, the beginning is not the end, but the end justifies the means. So if Wike thinks he has deceived Tinubu by telling lies to him that SIM did not implement those agreements, Wike is making a mistake. But rather it was Wike who came out like he did a few days ago after the parley to tell the world that he will not obey Mr. President. And in his media chat, he also made it clear that even before we met with Mr. President, he has met with Mr. President and he has told Mr. President his own stand. And it was based on those stands that Mr. President acted the way he acted. Now, why did Pan-Niger Delta Forum went to Mr. President? Pan-Niger Delta Forum, made up of elders, chiefs, kings, youths, women, from all the various ethnic groups, observed that if Tinubu did not nip this in the bud, there will be a crisis in the Niger Delta, which will not be in the interest of Niger Delta and the federal government. Niger Delta is the economic nerves of this country. And so the elders, the leadership of Pandef felt if the situation degenerate to the era where oil production dropped from 2.5 billion to 700 during Yar'Adua's tenure, it will not all go well. Most so now that the country is highly indebted and we are in the economic quagmire. So we went to advise Mr. President to intervene as Pandef. Not only the Niger Delta crisis, you will agree with us that Mr. President has signed all the other regional development commission, but he refused to sign the South-Side Development Commission. And so we went there to tell him, look, there's a difference between NDDC and the South-Side Development Commission. For make instances, NDDC comprises part of Southwest and part of Southeast. It's basically for the oil producing states, which implies that any oil producing state can be part of NDDC. We even advise him to change the name possible to UMPADE. We also asked Mr. President to look into the Bakassi secession to Cameroon and see how the resettlement program can carry out for the people of Bakassi. We went further to complain about our ports, how our ports are not working, from Calabar Port to an airport to Port Harcourt Port to Delta Port. They are not, all of them are not functioning. And so Mr. President should do something to ensure that our ports are functioning. We reminded Mr. President of physical federalism, what he has been fighting for all this while. and that he should look into it if he wants Nigeria to grow. And we did other discussions. We did not only dwell on Rivers State, but Rivers State became the center of his reply. And he said, he intervened in this matter, but they did not obey his instruction. And some of us took him to court. I am very proud to say that I and my colleagues went to court to challenge this injustice. Because from the tune of Mr. President and the Supreme Court, it's like the Supreme Court was doctored to go in line with that agreement. It was very obvious that Supreme Court went out of their way to even make pronouncement on issues that are not before them, which is not the property to do. But that notwithstanding, Supreme Court is the highest court. Mr. President has directed us to advise him to implement the Supreme Court judgment. And we have spoken with him, and he said he will comply with the Supreme Court judgment. But after he has said this, the wicked group has still frustrated him. The Supreme Court said present the budget. He has been to the assembly, he has written to them, he went to the assembly quarters to present the budget. We all saw what they did. They locked him out. That act alone is an insult to the people of Rivers State. The governor of the state, we don't have two governors. We have only one governor. And the governor of the state is the custodian of all the assets of the state. And so he has powers to enter into any part of the state, particularly the assets of the state. But you prevented him from entering a particular place. And said, you are part of government. It is all clear that they are out to frustrate the government. It's also clear that they find pleasure in punishing the people of Rivers State. Because from the media shout of Wiki, he said he does not care whether the civil servants are paid or other auxiliary social services are carried out in Rivers State or not. He went as far as saying he's ready to impeach the governor. But the president advised us to go and make peace. And we have spoken with him, the governor, and the governor is willing to comply. But Wike came out with an outburst insulting Padef. By insulting Padef, he has insulted Ikwere, he has insulted the Jos, he has insulted the Efik, he has insulted the Goja, he has insulted the Orobos, the Shekiris, the Edo, the Adosha, all the Niger Delta nationalities. He has insulted all of us. The Bibios, the Efik, all has insulted everybody, including the Sudi Kore, by insulting Padef. He had the guts to insult Spiff, who became governor before he was born. And today, you can see the handwriting of Spiff all over the state. Spiff nobody can show us the property of Spiff, that this is Spiff house in Rivers State or anywhere, after spending 8 to 10 years as a governor. And was adjudged to be the best governor of Rivers State. He has no property. Today, Wike is showing affluence all over the state and the country. Now, he said we are merchants, particularly I'm a merchant. What is the meaning of a merchant? A merchant is somebody who trades in wholesale. That's the proper language of English language. Who import or export. That is a merchant. When they add political merchant, is the one who trades, who benefit from political activities. So among us, who is the merchant? I have been in politics since 1979. Nobody can say, this is what I gained from politics. I have been in politics. I contested election in 1983 to the Chambers of Assembly. And from that day to now, I've been the kingmaker in Rivers State. Nobody can say. But let me come out to Wike. Wike started this merchant with his family as a young boy. And that was why his father disowned him as a youth. and it was adopted by the late Yewani, Ubebe Isrim, adopted. After betraying his family and the father disowned him, that was not enough. He betrayed the Israel family by plotting to remove Timothy Israel as a chairman of the local government. The man who brought him, the man through whom I know him. He did not only betray Israel, he also betrayed the other man Israel produced him, Ajubike Omerikiri. Thereafter, he proceeded. Amechi made him chief of staff and recommended him to be a minister. He betrayed Amechi before Jonathan and his wife for political gain as a merchant. Jonathan and his wife thought Wike was a good man, but at the end of the result, Jonathan lost his election because of the fallout of that betrayal. Amechi and 5 other governors pulled out of PDP, 40. And the end result was Jonathan lost the election. That was not the end. He started insulting Jonathan and his wife, to the extent that he took the land, that property belongs to Jonathan's wife's father, demolished it, and shared it to 2 persons, Joy Dudie and his lawyer. And Joy Dudie, when she knew that it was Jonathan's property, she packed out. Jonathan had to use force to recover her father's property. That is payment for betrayal. It did not end there. We also hear all things he said about Obi. He betrayed Obi. He betrayed his political party. Yes, there was a man who said, oh, APC was a cancer, PDP, malaria. At the end of the day, because of perfidy, because of his attitude as a merchant, he betrayed the party for a ministerial appointment. He went to the council. We all know that Wike is a pathological liar. He thrives in lying. And that lying is what he has been doing from his family to date. Now, if somebody has this record of history, who has been betraying, a traitor, who has been betraying people, a traitor who has been merchandising politically, he has gone to Tinubu. Tinubu should be very, very careful. Wike has destroyed the relationship between Tinubu and the North. He has destroyed the relationship between Tinubu and the Igbos. He has now destroyed the relationship between Tinubu and the Niger Delta because of his lies. He was the person who did not obey Tinubu's mediation advice. Sim obeyed by withdrawing his case from the court. It's like 2 persons having gun. You ask them to drop gun. One did not drop gun. One dropped gun. I used the gun to shoot the other one. That is what is played out. Wike absorbed the commissioners that we are supposed to, who resigned on their own, because the president asked him to take them back. He did. He took them back, and the poverty in them, the things they have in them, made them to leave. He complied with almost all the 8 points. But we are caught to say, don't do this, because it will affect you, and it will affect the state. Today, what we advise him that he don't do is affecting him, and it's affecting the state. So I don't have any regret going to court with my colleagues. As regards our going to Mr. President as Pandef was not part of those states. Pandef has set up a committee, a constitutive committee headed by former Governor Obongata, His Excellency Obongata. And Obongata has met with the governor, and the governor has also told the committee that he's ready to make peace. He's ready to accommodate. Wike refused to see them. Instead of seeing them, he came out to insult the entire band. He also went as far as specifically insulting the John Nation. Wike is daring the John Nation, calling the John Nation a minority. A lawyer, we should understand the meaning of minority. It just at the fourth largest ethnic group in Nigeria. Hausa, Yoruba, Igbo, this is John. And the oldest tribe in Nigeria. Today, you are insulting them. He has forgotten the role as Giboro played. It just can dare anybody. They have done that in the past. You have forgotten the role Brigadier General Saro and former air staff, what is that? I'll call his name, and some other AJO leaders who had come out to show that they are AJOs. He's forgetting the role they just played in the creation of Rivers State, that he became governor. I don't want to call his family, because he has insulted his family. He has betrayed his family. So calling his family is like a mistake. I don't want to call the Kore nation, because he has insulted the Kore people. He has made the Kore people to sit as greedy people. So I don't need to call them, because they are not also happy. So this is a man who continue, who strive with lies upon lies. So we want to, Mr. President, to tell him to avert these dangers. So for me, Wike in all his life, he thrives in lies, he's a traitor, and he's a merchant. I prove this with points. You can see the benefit he's getting. I now challenge Wike as a friend, as a childhood friend. Although I'm his elder by far, but we are friends. As a young man, we took him. He became chairman of local government. Did I come to him for any contract? Or did I come to him to give him money as a merchant? He became a chief of staff for a government I struggled to install. Did I come to him as chief of staff for contract or for financial gain? He said, and again he became a minister of state. He was calling me to come. I refused to take contract from him. If I'm a merchant, I will be interested in those contracts. He became a governor for 8 years. I never stepped into government house to ask for any contract or any financial favor. Even when he offers, I refuse to accept. I refuse to go. I know a day like this will come. Even after being the governor, he still makes some one or two moves to offer me some money. I said no, I don't need it. I am not a rich man, but I believe in my integrity. And I'm a principled person. I am not accepting money from Wike because I know he's a wicked man and he does not love the people of Rivers State. He does not even love his own people. Wike as a governor, I challenge him to show one of his brothers he made a millionaire. His brothers that answer Wike, let him produce one person that he has succeeded. At least there was an estate agent who's a Wike. What did he do for him? What did he do for Ajubiko Beregine before his death? Even Timothy Serem, I have to confront Wike. This Serem is alive. I'll abuse. I said, look, you are the governor. See how stupid you are. That you cannot even help Timothy, who was like an elder brother who brought you up, and Ajubiko Beregine. I put a call across to Timothy. I said, I'm with your brother, and I'm telling you we cannot help you. He gave him the phone. He spoke to him. You know what he gave him? Chairman of Portugal. The former local government chairman. That was what he could give him. And refused to fund him. So, Wike, as a person, is preferred to be a pawn in the chess game. People are using him to destabilize the country. People are using him to destabilize his own ethnic nationality. People are destabilizing him to destroy his own region. The question mark is, power is transcendent. He will drop what I like to talk about. We have seen several governors. We have seen several ministers. Wike is not the first minister in Rivers State. We have seen powerful ministers, finance ministers, ministers of transportation, and others. Today, where are they? One day, they will come down for power. Where will you go to? The Niger Delta? Or the Kore people as assaulted? Or Rivers State? Where will you go to? His days are numbered. He will come down. I pray to God to give him long life, to see the damage he has caused. He's trying to demystify the Niger Delta. He's trying to demystify the John Nation. But let God give him long life so that he will see the damage he has caused to the region. And to Nigeria, to Tinubu, if Wike can cause Jonathan to lose his election, he will make Tinubu to lose his election. Wike's sole ambition is to be president. And that is why he's fighting SIM. He wanted to take all the money from Rivers State to waste them as he did when he was a governor. I thank God the same Wike has gone to court to remove the perpetual injunction which Odili obtained. And so when that injunction is removed, we shall see his fate. He will account for all these billions and billions and billions he gave to different states, who also earn from the same federation account. So we are not bothered. Whatever he has done, the Niger Delta have told Nigerians, Pandef has told Nigerians, this is the state of the matter. There's an uneasy car with the Niger Delta. We need to nip it. Otherwise, he will not come to blame us. Because at the end of the day, say leaders. Yaradua came, thought military can help him. The more the military bomb, the more the oil production went down. It was Yaradua himself who summoned the meeting and gave us amnesty and Niger Delta Ministry. Wike has encouraged Mr. President to remove the Niger Delta Ministry, and has also encouraged Mr. President to remove amnesty. That's nothing we can do. There's nothing we can do. It's also encouraging Mr. President to remove the MGTC, MD, to give it to anywhere. There's nothing we can do. But history will judge when the time comes. So for me, Wike is rather a problem to Tinubu than even Niger Delta. And it's left to Tinubu to decide whether it goes with Wike or it goes with the people. What I mean, people is okay, the Niger Delta. I said Wike has showing seat of conduct, seat of discord with the north, the east, and the south. So, Mr. President should watch. The next stage Wike will attack is the southwest. He will sow seed of discord within the southwest, and Mr. President will be left alone. And what will be his fate? 2027, which Mr. President thinks Wike will give him, if Wike will support him. Wike is destroying PDP today, thinking it's working for Tinubu. It's not working for Tinubu. Nigerians are smart. You can see what is going on now in the country. The APC people, governors and former governors, are moving to SDP. The same thing he did for Jonathan. So Tinubu should be very watchful. That's all I can say. I said Wike is not a student of history. If Wike as a lawyer is a student of history, nobody will tell him what the judge can do. The judge don't threat. Threat is water. Action is blood. That is the philosophy of the judge. The judge don't threat. We take action. And we, the elders and leaders, are only pacifying them to take it easy. That the day of judgment will come. Not now. The day of judgment will come. For Wike to insult, did you not see what Boro did? At least that would be a big lesson. Did you not know the role the judge played in the Civil War? You should realize that the judge, like he said, are minority. Even in River State, he said you cannot be governor. How many governors are from a judge in River State? The judge has produced how many governors? I would say I regretted supporting turn by turn in River State. If I did not support turn by turn, that things should spread to everybody, I don't think Odili will become governor. If I did not support that philosophy, I don't think Amechi will become governor. I still make bold to say, God used me for a purpose, to make Odili governor. God also used me for a purpose, to make Amechi governor. But I'm regretting it by the action of Wike. And this was why I refused to support Wike. There was nothing he did not offer me and my family. I told him I will not support him. And that's why I refused to go near him and all the positions he occupied to beg. So if he thinks the job attractive, action speaks louder than voice. When the action starts, which I pray should not start, because I had witnessed what happened during Yaradua. I also witnessed what happened during Buhari. I'm a foundation member of PANDEF. I was the first spokesman of PANDEF. I am a member of the board of trustees of PANDEF. So I know the inside of the working of Niger Delta. Unfortunately, our leader, Clark, is gone. But for Wike to insult Clark, his own grandfather. Look at the age disparity between Wike and Clark. Wike is supposed to be a grandchild of Clark. When Clark saw power, Wike was not born. If Wike can be a scholar of history, he would know. He insulted Clark. He insulted that judge whom he went to beg to be a councillor. He insulted TGD Toby, who was a deputy governor when he was a council chairman. He insulted Spiff and insulted the Niger Delta at the job. He's trying to touch the tiger tail. When you are touching the tiger tail and the tiger gets up, you will run away. That's what he's trying to do. But we pray that Wike should not tempt the John nation. Because when the judge starts, they will not start in River State. We have a judge in Lagos. We have a judge in Ondo State. We have a judge in Edo State. We have a judge in Delta State. We have a judge in Bayelsa State. We have a judge in River State. We have a judge in Akwa Ibom State. In River State, I say we are minority. River State adds to the 3 local governments. The judges are in 12 local governments. The judges are in 12 local governments. And so if he thinks that he can just talk, go to air and talk about the job as minority, the people know that it's a liar. It's a pathological liar. And it's tempting the judge to see that they have conflict with the government. We are not afraid of any conflict, but we will not do it. We are not afraid. The judges are not afraid of anybody, if he knows our history. But this time, we will not do it. And so we are asking Tinubu to call him to order, call his minister to order, before he puts him into a bigger problem. Tinubu said we should come back to meet him if we did not succeed. PANDEF has pulled out from the peace deal between him and the governor. Officially, PANDEF spoke to the press 2 days ago that they are pulling out from the peace deal. Mr. President should take this warning serious. Because if you don't take this warning serious, what it will happen, he will look for Pandef. And you see nobody. So let Wike continue to what he's doing. But we will not react the way he expected. 3 days ago, he went to Abalama. Yesterday, shooting tear gas to disperse women, causing problem. If you are going to a particular house and the owners of the house say, don't come to my house, you force yourself. If he's a strong man, why did he carry soldiers, police, gunboat, armored car, trucks to visit the community that they don't want to see? You think you're oppressing them. And when you got there, instead of abusing them, you're not praising them. The people you said are bad people, you went there, you're praising them. I say, you're not a coward. You're a coward. If I'm going to anywhere today, I don't go with any military. And I will be received. Why are you afraid to go to your own place? You are a powerful person, former governor. Why are you afraid to go with armored cars? Are you going for war? Why are you afraid to go with trucks of police, the military, air, land and sea? Why are you afraid? If you think you are strong, but nobody talks to you. And we have asked the boys not to talk to you, not to bother themselves. Time shall come when judgment will be passed.
Is Wike really popular in Rivers State, or just posture, just to make a point?
There are two ways of popularity. You can be popular, you can be a notorious popular person, you can be a good person, you can be anything. Wike is known to be a notorious leader in Rivers State. Everybody knows Wike. He was a former governor, a minister, former local government chairman, former chief of staff. But did they perceive you in good light? He's trying to stop SAME today from doing good jobs. Otherwise, how can assembly say they are joining their matter, sit die, when the Oga came on the media to say he will tell the assembly to go on leave for 6 months so that they cannot present budget? A leader, a notorious leader can do that. It's only a notorious leader that can do that. And they joined sit die. They thought they are punishing SAME. Are they punishing SAME? They are punishing Rivers State, not SAME. What does SAME have to do? It's the governor. It will not stop him from eating. It will not stop him from doing whatever he wants to do. It does not stop him from eating. But time shall tell. And I believe Pandef will go back to Mr. President and tell him the assignment he gave us, we have done it. And this is the result.
The accused Dr. Fubara of lacking the capacity to build consensus with the assembly member.
Well, the President Supreme Court said go and present budget. Mr. Governor sent a letter through the Secretary Government, and they did not honor it. He wrote a letter personally on his own and sent to them. They did not honor it. He went personally to the place. They did not honor it. It's not about the last leadership quality. SAME is a very simple and peace-loving person. What Wike is doing to SAME, nobody can do that to him when he was. But SAME, by his nature, is peaceful and calm. He allowed things to go. All the things Wike has done to SAME, if SAME was reacting, there would have been fiasco. But SAME refused to react, so it became neutral. It neutralized it by keeping silent. So, SAME, if he knows SAME lacks capacity, why did he nominate him? If he has the love of Rivers State and he knows SAME lacks capacity, why did he nominate him as a governor? Nobody said Wike did not assist SAME to become governor. But you don't need to collect the money of Rivers State. You want to take almost everything from Rivers State and allow the young man to be starved of food. I'll give you an instance. Before Wike left, he has committed all the resources from the federation account. Before Wike left, the revenue the state was getting was always 12 billion. When SIM took over fully, SIM scales are now 25 billion as internally generated revenue. From that 12 billion SIM Wike was declaring, Wike still won 6 billion, leaving the state with only 6 billion out of 25 billion. What a greedy man is that? That is the bone of contention. When we say structure, what structure is he talking about? He's talking about structure of money. He said you have structure. Local government election, rightly or wrongly, has been cancelled. Now let's conduct another local government election. You are running. Why are you running? If you are popular, let the local government election take place tomorrow, any day. Whether you get one seat with your popularity. You believe you use federal might. Nigeria is watching. Nigerians are seeing. The same accused Supreme Court of corruption in his media chat. He accused the DSS of corruption in his media chat. He virtually involved all the security agencies, police, everybody in his media chat. He abused virtually everybody in the country. And we are watching to see how it will end. Same is having capacity or no capacity. We are seeing the type of project is given in the state. It's touching lives of people across state, not one state, not one local government. Unlike Wike, who build flyovers in one local government without the budget, without somebody knowing how much is the contract. Same, who does not have capacity, is building roads, hospitals, schools, quality hospitals across the state. Yet he has no capacity. Civil servants are happy with him that you refuse to promote. Civil servants you refuse to promote for 8 years. They are happy with him. Yet he has no capacity. Same is making sure that there's peace in the state. No ethnic group is fighting against each other. Yet he has no capacity because it did not do your wish. So he has no capacity. You have the assembly. The assembly can do anything. We are watching to see. You want to impeach him? Come and impeach him. Let us see. Mr. President told you not to impeach. He said he will impeach. Who is disobeying who? Are you disobeying Mr. President? And if you think because Mr. President is... You see, I beg Wike to please remove my brother, Ferdinand, from this crisis. I don't want him to tomorrow insult Ferdinand and Amraba. He has insulted the lives of Odili and others who supported him, who brought him. He should not allow Ferdinand to be insulted. I want to make it clear to the world, Ferdinand's father and my father are the same father. The same biological father. So Ferdinand is my cousin, and therefore I'm appealing. He should not drag him to the mud. Because after dragging him to the mud, when Ferdinand advises him, he will insult him. Watch out, he will insult Osisi Jokoja very soon. Insult everybody who advised him. Here was a man who said, if I do anything that will make Peter Odili cry, I will die. Today, who is he? How does it go? Mary was his mother. He would do everything. How did he do with Mary? Tomorrow, he will insult Ferdinand. And my people, my brothers will not be happy if Ferdinand is insulted. Even now, there are a lot of resentment against Ferdinand in the Calabari community. So you should not drag him so much into the mud. Having said that, same is free with anybody. I don't think Ferdinand have any issue with Sim. And Ferdinand today, if Sim call him, he will pick his phone. He has no issue with him. So let him not paint Ferdinand as if he's having issue with Sim. He has no problem with Sim. Okosha and Sim were together last week during the commissioning of the judges' quarters. And he greeted him so well. So tomorrow he will now attack him for going to church a function, forgetting that Okocha is a lawyer. So I pray God will open the eyes of Rivers people to see the danger Wike is trying to plug the state into. We are the same Rivers people, and I'm advising Wike now to toe the path of peace. Otherwise, the little legacy he has will be eroded.
Finally, what do you think about the Supreme Court case judgment? Was it skewed towards the law? Would the judge be able to consummate that Supreme Court judgment?
Supreme Court is the highest court in this land. Whether the judge rightly or wrongly, they have to pronounce the judgment. And we have agreed to implement the Supreme Court judgment. So whichever way it goes, I will appeal to SIM to ensure that we comply with the Supreme Court judgment, so that it will not be seen to be disrespectful or is not respecting the Constitution. It will respect the Constitution, which empower the Supreme Court, and will continue to do that until we have what we want.
What of the case of the defection of the 27?
We shall end. The matter has not come up. When the matter comes up, we will see eye to eye. We don't discuss it. Like people say, don't drive the fly on the food you will not eat. You are not ready for that. When the time comes, God will manifest. When the time comes, the Almighty will manifest. But I thank Him, honestly, for His disposition to peace and humility. Let him keep it on with that attitude he's displaying for avoiding anything violence. I thank him, and God will help you to achieve a better result. I can assure you, same will go second term. And with the way it's going, the people of Rivers State who has power, and will continue to support him. Sim is not throwing money apart everywhere. I am not a man who goes to government house every day. I don't know what is happening. I'm not part of the government. But I'm a Rivers elders. I'm a member of the Rivers State, Rivers elder, and an elder of the Niger Delta. I'm an elder state. We continue to appreciate the good work he's doing. But patient, tell us. But for the proud, the Bible says, he will come down. The Bible also went further to say, the word of the God, Lord Almighty, will never go in vain. Heaven and earth may pass away, but his word will never go in vain. So the proud will be humiliated. And that will be the end of Wike era. But I pray God should spare his life so that he will reflect and see the damage he caused to himself and his future. So I will appeal to him to quickly pursue the path of peace. Let's face it, what does Wike want? Constitutionally, he cannot be governed anymore. You have been relied on government 1989 to date. Chairman twice, Chief of Staff, Minister of State, Governor, and now a Minister. I'm not supposed to be grateful to God. Are you the only person? If God has so favored you, I expect you to be glorified, God. Now, there's a secret that I want to tell the world why all the crisis in Rivers State. Election was held. Whatever way it went, you have gotten victory. Instead of giving glory to God, you brought Babalawo dancing and eating before INEC office, pouring drink to Juju, celebrating your idol as if it was the idol that gave you victory. Forgetting that there's God Almighty in heaven who owns all the powers. And he only sent the angel of God to set confusion between you and that power. And you are in disarray. You don't ask yourself one question. Why are things happening like this? Why will you food cook and pour sand on it and walk away. Then regret that you have a food you are not eating. Same did not drive a wiki or to the 7 lawmakers. Or the chairman at that time. We were celebrating. If you can recall their video or their records, they were celebrating for almost 1 week with their juju and other things, pouring libation and so on. Giving glory to their juju. Today, where is that juju that they were giving glory? God is not sleeping. People will not see, but those who have insight of spiritual life will see that this is the punishment God is giving to them for celebrating idol in His glory. So if they don't glorify God, if they don't worship God, and they go the way they are going with the evil way, the evil man, God gives him long rope. The day God will draw that rope, it will be disaster. So let them repent from their evil ways and follow the path of peace. And reconcile with God because they have sinned against God. They have glorified their gods, and their gods are not earthly matters. God has put confusion into their midst, and that is how they will be until they realize and repent and go to God. Wicked should find God and they go to confess before the Almighty. For God to accept him and give him peace. Otherwise, he will never know peace. If he thinks rivers will not get peace, he will not also get peace. But I pray God should spare his life for him to see the evil he has done to his people.